It's Tech Lid with the latest news and rumors. The Apple iPhone's home screen has largely been restricted. It has been restricted for years. This case of restriction, however, those things are coming to an end. There is now a new change with iOS 14. Stick around to find out what I mean. Before we continue with this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel for fresh new content, give a thumbs up to the video, any thoughts, comments, opinions down below in that comment section. Now, as for the iPhone home screen, it has been largely unchanged for years, as I had mentioned. You couldn't really do anything to the home screen. You could do little things like have widgets to the side, but now with iOS 14, you have complete freedom of your widgets on the home screen. You can expand the size of your widgets, you can make them shorter, smaller, bigger, however you want. There is no longer a restriction now for Apple users when it comes to this. The iPhone has long evolved from its earlier days. We have seen many changes on iOS and on the iPhone itself throughout the years. One of the best things that we have seen with iPhones is that they went from that smaller size to having bigger and better displays. Yes, it may be a preference thing. I'm sure there's a legion of iPhone fans who prefer those smaller displays. However, displays are getting bigger and the phones are kind of remaining the same as the bezels are shrinking down. So that is one of the moves the iPhone has made. But the home screen, my goodness, let's talk about that. There has been nothing good about the home screen with Apple. Constantly it has remained the same, and even jokes about their little weather icon, that has been largely unchanged. Now though, that's a thing of the past. It has adopted some features that Android has had for years and years and years. This is a time to be excited for Apple users. There's a new day coming. It is finally here. Another significant feature that Apple has added with iOS 14 is picture-in-picture mode. Basically, you can go to apps like YouTube, watch a video, then you come out and your video will still be playing on your screen. It will become smaller, but you can make it bigger actually. The flip side and good thing about this is that you can interact with your other apps. For example, you can go into your app drawer, pick out calculator, work on your calculator, and open up any other app really. What is the downside to this? The real downside to this is that it wasn't available already. Other manufacturers, like Android OS, have been enjoying this for years. What is even more upsetting is that the iPad has this feature already. The iPad has been enjoying picture-in-picture. Why hasn't the iPhone received picture-in-picture? That's really one of the issues that I have personally. But the good news, it is here now. In all honesty, there is much more to talk about, which the iOS kind of, in a way you could say, copied from Android. More specifically though, from Samsung. However, I think that these are the two most significant and important updates, so these are the only ones that I will touch about. There are small things like, for example, when someone is calling you, Apple would have it take up your whole screen basically. Now, they have done what Google does. You get a small notification on top. Doesn't really interfere with your screen. It's small, but not small enough that you will miss it. Obviously, you can get the phone call. With all this being said, it is a good thing though that iOS 14 has all these new updates. Apple users can finally experience what they've been missing. In turn, this will make the Apple iOS experience better than it has ever been. That is a win for everyone. Peace and love to the Tech Lid Legion.